Thank you for being here, Daphne and Allison, McCall, and Mason. Yes. Okay. I love holding everybody's names in my heart and hopefully on my lips so I can remember you. Yeah. I want to ask you one thing. Can you think back when you were happy? Something happened recently that you just felt happy about.
Shaking everybody's hand.
Shaking everybody's hand, yes. Wow, that's good. That's good. During the peace, she comes forward and smiles. Daphne?
Our cousins come over to visit.
Your cousins come over and visit. Oh, that's good. So families getting together, that makes you happy. How about you? Mason? Huh? McCall. Thank you.
Hugging people.
Hugging people makes you happy. Wow. How about you, Mason? You think of anything? No. Okay. No, it's not on your radar right now. Well, Jesus has, when he got together with his first friends, his disciples, they all sat together in a circle, something like this, and he had some beautiful phrases about happiness. But even more than happiness, he had something else he wanted to share. So the first one is, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Now let's see if we can unpack that for you guys. Do you ever get yourself blessed? Does anybody bless you in your family? Maybe a different...
When you sneeze.
When you sneeze, yes. God bless. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. What does that mean?
Because, maybe when you sneeze, you stop breathing for a moment.
You do it. Everything kind of stops. Everything kind of stops for a moment. Your heart stops for a little moment there. And so the blessing is, oh, may God bless you. May God continue to give you breath. May God continue to keep your heart going. Okay, that's good. Yeah. Well, there are certain cultures, peoples, that their parents bless them. You know, when they say, in Spanish they say bendición, blessing. There's a desire. I always see what blessing is, because what blessing is somehow a very, very godly energy comes down so that we're able to do more things. So Jesus said, blessed are the poor in spirit. What does that mean? Well, you all know what it means. What does it mean to be poor? Mason, what's poor? To not have any food or be homeless. Daphne?
To not have as much money as most people.
Yeah, or maybe even nothing, to not have as much. They're poor, they're dependent. You got that? Yeah. What does poor in spirit, what would that add to it, do you think?
Charity.
Charity, yes. In other words, when we're poor, we're very, very grateful, and that stirs up a desire to be kind to other people. There's also another sense. Did you ever get asked by God before you were born, would you like to come into existence, to be born? That's a strange question. Yeah, it's a strange. What makes it strange? How about this? We weren't around to be asked, right? That God didn't say to Allison, hey, Allison, would you like to be born in New Jersey? Would you like to be born in this year or next year? Or when would you like to be? We weren't asked, right? Why?
Because it just happened.
It just happened. It just happened. We weren't around. God didn't consult us and say, Daphne, when would you like to live? Because we didn't even exist. So to be poor in spirit means we got nothing to add to whether we would come into being born or not. It's a pure, pure, free gift that God gave to each one of us when we were conceived in our mommy's womb, in our belly, and then born some years later. No? So that's really, to be poor in spirit means we got nothing to contribute to whether we would come into existence. And that, for me, helps me to really say, wow, God thought it would be a great idea that Mason and McCowan, McCarran? McCall, and Daphne and Elsie. God thought it'd be a really nice idea. So when you are happy giving the greeting of peace with your smile and your kindness, anybody here get happy when Allison greeted her? Yeah. So we all get happy when we just love each other. And when we express it with our smiles and things, it's like, wow, this is what we're doing so that we can be happy. But it's even more than being happy, we're being blessed. We're being showered by God's goodness and God's kindness. And so that's what I wanted to list. And what I'm going to do with the rest of there's 8 of these Beatitudes, they're called the Be Happies, you know. There are 8 of them, and I'm going to talk about that with the rest of the folks. But I want to thank you for coming up here this morning and for sharing with this Macau and Mason and Daphne and Allison. Thank you so much for coming. God bless you.